So Christian Del Grosso, I don't know why he's so upset. Like, the, I think a lot of people are upset about the suicide video because they're supposed to be upset. I think there's this thing in society where you're not supposed to film a suicide. Like even like the aftermath. I mean, the guy was already dead. But if you think about it, like let's say that you'd never been told that. You've never been told that that's not right. And it's like you come across this video, someone's filming a dead body. It's like think about yourself personally. Are you offended by that? That he filmed the dead body? Like just personally. Like don't worry about society or whatever. Like does that bother you? I mean, it didn't bother me. I mean, to me, I'm an adult, and I think, someone hung themselves, someone committed suicide, and that's part of life. A lot of people commit suicide. I mean, almost maybe 1 out of 5 families is affected by suicide. I don't know what the statistics are, but it's like people are so funny about this video because it's like, oh, well, he's wearing a hat, a silly hat. Well, he was wearing a silly hat before this happened. Oh, well, he was laughing. Well, this is Logan Paul. The guy laughs all day. It's like, well, he was filming. He shouldn't have filmed it. It's like the guy's literally his career, literally what he does is he films himself every day. And he even said in the video, I'm not monetizing this. I just want there's a dead body and I wanted to film it. I don't know. I just think it's so funny that people are upset that he filmed a dead body from somebody committing suicide. I'm kind of weirded out by people's reactions because I think, don't we want awareness of suicide? Don't we want to talk about it? Don't we want it to be a part of society? Because if you think about it, there's this thing in the news. I don't know if people know this, but the news literally, there's like this rule where they will not report suicides. Because think about it. There's a lot of suicides that happen, right? Like in your city, just think of your city. But they don't report suicides. They do some, like some suicides are reported. But I just think it's like people need to take the carrot out of their butt, It's like it's so funny. It's that I only maybe it's wrong. Maybe it is wrong that he filmed the suicide. But I think since when do any Americans have any say of whether something's wrong? Because Americans accept a lot of wrong. There's abortion, there's rape videos on horror movies and action movies. There's children being traumatized in movies. I mean, there's a video on Amazon right now. It's a movie, and there's a 10-minute rape sequence. I mean, there's women being traumatized on movies all over the place. On Netflix and everything, like women being tortured, women being traumatized, and it's like, we are such a hypocritical country. And that's what I don't understand when people point out, oh, well, see this thing that's wrong? Look how wrong this is. Oh my gosh, this person is so bad. And it's like, but what about over here? What about over there? It's like, we are such a hypocritical world. We are such a hypocritical nation. And that's the only thing that I wish this guy would have pointed out is like, yeah, Logan Paul might have done something wrong, but we all do the wrong things. And movie producers, Hollywood makes a lot of wrong stuff then, because Hollywood produces a lot of rape and torture. And I'm talking about even like children. You get to see movies where children are traumatized, where they're put in situations that are very traumatic, and we're seeing them scream and they might even get hurt. And it's like, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to have movies where children are traumatized. It's okay to have movies where women are traumatized. It's okay to, it's okay to have abortion. That's what I'm saying. It's like, whenever stuff like this happens, it's not really that the person is doing something bad. It's just the hypocrisy of people, the self-righteousness, the judgment. Like this guy, he has videos about Oreo cookie baths and weird video stuff, and it's like Logan Paul, he's funny. He's really entertaining. Does he do stupid stuff? Yeah. Does he do wrong stuff? I guess. Does he do evil stuff? I don't know. I don't know. But it's like, so what? Like, so this guy does something bad, and it's like, oh, well, I need to make a video about it. It's like, oh, there's a lot of bad things going on in this world. There's a lot of bad things that Hollywood does. Like I said, there's a video on Amazon right now that has a 10-minute sequence of a woman getting raped and beat to death. That's okay? That's okay. Oh, but show a dead body for a couple seconds that has the face blurred out. Oh my gosh, I gotta make a video. What's happening to YouTube? And by the way, you said like Jim Carrey and other people, they don't do shameful things. It's like in Ace Ventura, he literally talks with his ass to somebody, and there's a lot of ass jokes and stuff. It's like Jim Carrey does some pretty filthy stuff. But I mean, that's just what he does. There's a lot of filthiness in Hollywood, and it's just the hypocrisy of this world is so funny. Like, can you believe what this YouTuber did? This guy that films his life every day, he came across a dead body and he filmed it. My dad committed suicide. This is so triggering for me. And it's like, really? That's the weird thing is like the people who have had suicide in their lives that they're bothered by this. Because couldn't you take it the other way and say, well, I'm glad that he filmed this because this gives awareness to suicide. By the way, there are people who claim that Logan Paul helps keep them from committing suicide, that Logan Paul is a positive influence in their lives. There's a lot of people who have horrible family lives, horrible lives at their houses, and they rely on Logan Paul's humor and positivity, so it's just the hypocrisy, the hypocrisy of, it's like people are just waiting to judge, waiting to be outraged. Like they're not really, I don't mean to judge this guy, but Logan Paul is way more creative than this guy. He's way funnier. He has a way better personality. He's way more energetic, and I'd say Logan Paul maybe in a couple of years, maybe he'll do something again. Maybe eventually he'll be shut down because the world's just too hypocritical. The world just can't take reality. That's the big thing about this video is I just think the world can't take reality. And that's scary. It's like suicide's reality. Suicide's part of life. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool that he filmed the body. I mean, maybe he didn't need to film it as much, but it was like, wow, like that person like killed themselves. Like there's like a dead body hanging on that tree. It's like, to me, that was interesting. Like I didn't really judge whether it was good or bad. It was just like, well, that's part of life. Like, yeah, people kill themselves. I mean, it's sad. But even in the video, like Logan Paul was like, oh my gosh, I'm so shocked, I mean, it doesn't take, I think it would take a lot to shock Logan Paul. And you could tell he was like, wow, this is like crazy. Like, let's move on. Let's get out of here, like anyway. Anyway.